All right, this is our college football postseason crack house. I see where Kalen DeBoer finally got someone to jump with him to Alabama from Washington. I think this is the only player so far.
It has not been a flood, but again, there's time.
The quarterback, the freshman quarterback that redshirted, you never saw him play.
Yeah,
but he's from Northern California. Four-star kid. He is going to Alabama. 6'6", by the way.
Yeah, he was the
6'6".
He was the kind of the hope because their Austin Mack is the kid, and they've lost their entire quarterback room, and so the hope was, hey, we have Austin Mack and he'll be the future.
You're talking about Washington.
Washington.
Yeah, they were going to try to hold on to him.
Yeah, he was like going to be the one holdout. So I do believe now they've lost basically their and I know they have guys coming in, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe their entire quarterback room is gone. It's also the first time that I can remember, and I saw a couple of reporters that were talking about this, that they've never seen it. There is not a single player from their offense that's coming back. They have lost all 11. All the backup quarterbacks, including the future one here in Austin Mack. And I think 6 or 7 of them, the backups on offense are all gone as well. I mean, this is nothing left. This is a little Colorado-esque. It will be
That's crazy.
It will be an entirely different team. And there's still hope that, because there's a bunch of Arizona players in the portal right now.
Like
and
9 of them, right?
Yeah, 9 entered. Now, Fafita and McMillan, the two best players, the star receiver and the quarterback, they have not entered the portal as of yet, but they got 30 days when their coach leaves. So, and I guess there's some talk that people are telling Fisch to mind his own effing business because there's some reports that he is illegally contacting players. Fisch can't talk to his old players until they enter the portal. Once they enter the portal, they can have that, but apparently Fisch, shocker, is trying to get guys to come with. One, they're great players that he knows very well, and 2, Washington needs guys on offense. So we'll see what happens. But Alabama has faced a transfer portal exodus, which is quite bad, but it's not like Washington's. Washington, between the NFL and the transfer portal, it is both sides of the ball, but especially on offense, it is absolutely gutted. Their 2 stud freshman interior offensive linemen, well, all 3 interior offensive linemen are in the portal, and 2 of them are freshmen. One was the freshman of the year. One started basically every game this year at center, and they were the future of that O-line. Both tackles went to the NFL. It's just devastating. So anyone that thinks that, I keep hearing from people that are like, oh, it's the portal and Washington will be fine. You just don't, Colorado, you don't replace this level of talent. You can't.
Well, in 1 year, you can't do it. Yeah. You're going to have to try.
Yes.
You have to get somebody.
Yeah.
And it will be interesting to see how, what's his nuts, Fisch does with that. I don't know. Part of me just thinks this is the new college football.
Yeah, it is, but not to this level. And again, had it happened earlier, Washington could have been more active in the portal. And there's still the spring portal, but
no, I get it. But it's like, what's the difference? It's all relative.
Yeah.
They were going to be gutted anyway. They weren't going to be good.
And they still, I mean, I'm not saying they're going to be bad, but dude, they ain't competing for championships next year. I think sometimes the idea of the portal, I'm not going to say that people are ignorant, but they're just misguided. It's Colorado. Like, do you believe in us now? No, I don't. Because you can find some skilled players, but you can't replace NFL tackles. You can't replace young freshmen that were good and battle tested. You can't find 5 guys to come in. Fisch even said it, at his introductory press conference. And look, give him time, and I think he'll be fine. The guy can recruit. He did a great job at Arizona. But he said that in the NFL, you don't build teams through free agency. Doesn't work. Anyone that wins free agency, you just look at that team, you're like, dude, you're whatever. Like, we just dismiss you. You got a lot of hype around you, and it never leads anywhere. You build through the draft, and you fill in through free agency. And that's what college is. You have to hit the core group that you have to have is guys that you recruit, build, and develop. And then you fill in portal. You fill in the quarterback. You fill in the Bo Nix. You go out and you get a Birch. You go out and you get a stud Jordan Addison. You get guys like that, right? You get Caleb Downs from Alabama. And there's also a difference between getting a Caleb Downs or a Jordan Addison or a Bo Nix that are played and seasoned, and Bo may be a bad example because he kind of got run out of town, but Dylan Gabriel, Dylan Gabriel's going to be good. We've got to stop too with the idea of, oh, this kid was a former 4-star kid and went to Michigan. Cool. He never played at Michigan. He had 4 catches. There may be some potential there, but it's like, he's from Alabama. Cool. Is there a reason why Alabama got rid of him? Because there's a difference between when Caleb Downs, who's the stud freshman safety, probably the best player in the portal right now for Alabama, when he leaves, that guts you. But when the 5th string corner that Alabama didn't want enters the portal, he may turn out to be something, but there's a reason why Alabama didn't want him. There's a reason why Alabama told that kid to go somewhere else. So we just need to be a little more honest about what the transfer portal is. Think about it as NFL free agency. It's a great way to fill in holes and gaps. It is not a substitute for recruiting. It is not a substitute for building the core of a team. And you're going to find it out this year with some teams, just like Colorado found it out. Colorado was all puffing their chest out for the first 2 weeks, and then they started playing big boy football, and you found out that the portal, when you have 5 offensive linemen that are brand new through the portal, I just tell you right now, you ain't going to a bowl game. You're just not.
So Austin Mack is headed to Bama. He'll have 4 years of eligibility. He redshirted at Washington. All right, I have late breaking news on DeAndre Ayton. Do you want it?
Yeah. Is he left the house?
Well, no. Somebody texted me. One of our listeners texted me, and they were involved in the sale of the house, so you knew where it was.
Oh, okay.
It's in Vancouver.
That was what I heard, is that he bought the most expensive home for sale at the time in Southwest Washington.
By the way, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
but
it's on the water.
He said it's very hilly, and it's just
okay.
It's in Vancouver. Yeah, I thought he maybe lived in the West Hills.
I had heard that too, that he had bought the very
Lynn.
fancy Vancouver mansion, but I thought maybe he hadn't moved into it yet, or it was being renovated. I've heard that too, but
how about that?
I hadn't been able to
the Couve
confirm that. Well,
look at us just crapping all over West Lynn and our inability to get out of West Lynn in the ice.
It's pretty bad in the Couve. And if it's down on the water, yes, there are a lot of hills that go down.
Getting up out of there would be very hard.
Quite challenging. And maybe with the wind coming off of the water there, that lake, got to get to that lake, or in this case, the river, it could have been problematic.
Well, it was.
I'm going to that lake.
Problematic, Jason. Not could have been. It was. And probably still is.
Yes.
For that poor guy.
Yeah.